Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. We'll be learning how to cut these basic necklines. If it's something you want to learn, just stay tuned. Let's get started. Number one, we are starting with a basic round neck. This is a very common neckline that's used now. So what I have there now, I just have a pattern to show you how I'll draft this neckline. Most times I like to do 3 inches, depending on the size of the person you are sewing for. You can do 3.5, but 4 will be too wide, except the person is a plus size. So I'll mark for this. I'm doing 3 inches for the width. Then for the length, I want to do 5 inches. For the length, it all depends on your preference and how low or how high you want it to. So once I do that, I will mark. I'll rule lines as I'm doing now in the video. So you just curve it. You curve a round. Yes, you can use your curve ruler or just make a round curve at that point, how I made it. So that's for the front neck. Then for the back line, for the back neckline, sorry, I don't want it too low, but if you want it low, it all depends on your preference. So for that one, I'm doing 2 inches. So I just did, I want it round as well. And remember your zip allowance. You bring it out when you are cutting. That part is the zip allowance. It's not part of it. So I'll cut it out now. So see how I placed it. My zip allowance is still on the side. So I'll cut out the neckline for the front now. So see what we have. That's a round neck. So how low or how high you want it all depends on your preference. So this is how to cut a round neck. So for the second one, we are cutting a round neck that has a front slit. So from what I did for that first one, the round neck, after cutting out a round neck, I'll just do for my slit. You can do 3 or 5 inches. It all depends on how low or how high you want it. Is either you do a V shape and cut out, or you just cut a small slit, just slit it open. Whichever way, it's fine. So see how it is, a round neck with a slit. It's very simple for the front. So how low or how high you want it all depends on your preference. The third one, we have a sweetheart neckline. So for this sweetheart neckline, you do 3.5 for the width. Whatever length you are using, it depends on your preference. 3.5, 4 inches is fine. But I'm doing 3.5 for this. Then the length, I'm doing 6 inches for the length. So I'm doing 3.5 by 6 inches for the length. So I'll mark it the way I do. Marking it like this makes it easy for me to give the neckline whatever shape I want. So can you see it? So after doing this now, it's looking like a square. The next thing I'll do, I'll go down from that my 6 inch, say 4 inches or 5 inches. Then I'll go up inside the box with 1 inch. Then I'll make a curve down to the 4 inches I marked down. Can you see how I'm doing it? You can make it very deep. It depends on how deep you want the neck to be, the neckline to come down. I don't want this one to just like what we have in the picture. So I'll go up with 1 inch on the inside the box. Then I'll start curving down to the 4 inches I marked at the lower part. Can you see what I just did? You can even make it deeper if you want it to go down, depending on how you want it. So I'll cut out now. So I'll just cut this out now and see what we have. It's so beautiful. So you can make it deeper than this. Everything depends on your preference. So let's cut the next one. It's a V neckline. Just as the name implies, it's very easy. But for this, I like my neckline to be 3.5 or 4 inches, the width. Then it's fine now when you come down, when you really come down, say 8 or 9 inches, even 10 inches. It's always fine for V neckline. So 3.5, 4 inches for the width is always fine. it all depends on how low you want it to come down. So you just place your ruler and rule a V shape, just as the name is, V line, a V shape. Can you see what I did in the box? I just ruled a V shape. So when I cut it out now, that's what it will give me. So you can make it wider or deeper, it all depends on you. So see what we have. So the last one is the Queen Anne's neckline. So for this neckline, you always make the width smaller than the lower part. So for the upper part, I marked 3 inches. Then I brought it down with 6 inches. Like I will always say, how low you want it depends on your preference and what you want to achieve. So I've marked my square line now. So inside that square, remember the upper part I did 3 inches. So on the lower part, I will go outside the box with 1 inch or even 1.5, depends on how wide you want the lower part to be. That place I'm marking now. So I will connect that 1 inch I marked outside the box to the 3 inch. So that lower part is 4 inches while the upper part is 3 inches. So that will give us that shape. The upper part is always smaller than the lower part. You can even make the lower part 4.5 inch and the upper part 3 inches. Can you see what I just did now? That lower part I'm marking now is 4 inches while the upper part, the width at the top, is 3 inches. So I'll cut it out now, and that will give me that shape. The whole idea is for the up to be smaller than the lower part on the neckline. So can you see what we have? So you can make it bigger than this, it all depends on your preference. So you see now it's so beautiful. That upper part is smaller and the lower part is wider. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. See you in our next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.